Welcome back, this RB Sensei. To my die-hard fans, make sure you watch at least until 9 minutes because watch time is the most important factor to this channel growing and being successful. To new watchers, if you like this video at any point, like and comment. Be sure to follow me on Rumble, Discord, or Twitter, links below, because who knows how long they're going to let me stay on the tube. Now let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
These niggas are rotten, dysfunctional, and they're evil. They're demonic. Just like I said in my last video.
Y'all gonna let me have a real conversation with y'all, or y'all gonna get in y'all feelings about what I'm about to say? Let me know real quick. I'm about to say it anyway, so it don't even matter.
Funky dog head bitch. How dare you punk motherfucker, back off.
Y'all gotta start dating within y'all tax bracket. And I'm not even talking about the gold diggers or the women that only wants men for money. I'm talking about the women that got their own bread. I'm talking about the woman that's out here doing it. I'm talking about the women that's buying themselves all types of gifts, that's taking themselves on all types of vacations, right? That can get their homegirls luxurious presents for birthdays. That's who I'm talking about.
I don't like you, nigga. I don't like you. I don't like your kind.
I'm talking about women who make their money and they like nice things. If you cannot support that lifestyle, that is likely not the woman for you.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Disturbing the peace. The men who can afford to do all that usually don't like boss babes who's flexing doing it for themselves. See, that's what these women think. If I level up to a boss chick and I'm on Instagram with fancy name brands and jewelry and going on fancy trips, that'll attract a man who can do that for me because he see I'm doing it myself. So he'll know to come correct when he see me doing it for myself. That's not how that works. That man would actually get better treatment by doing that for a chick who don't look like she could do that for herself. She's going to be more appreciative. She's going to bust it open, better because she's not used to seeing it. Why not get, a bang for his buck? Because see, here's the thing. Let's just say he did come in doing it for you. You're going to be like, oh yeah, this is just another Tuesday to me. Why would he go out of his way to buy you fancy things, take you on fancy trips, just so you can say, yeah, this is just another Tuesday for me?
The pool is getting smaller, my standards are getting higher, so I don't know what to say.
That makes no fucking sense.
But here's another thing that women like this won't touch on. Why can't you attract a man who can do it for you easily? Clearly, you over 30. You've been on the dating market 15 years. Why haven't you been able to attract, the type of dude who could do it for you easily to where you wouldn't have to make this video?
Next question, please.
Because you only qualify for broke pookies and ray-rays, and that's why you got to make this public service announcement. Women who could get men like that don't got to make TikTok videos about men like that. They too busy living that life with those type of men. You're not tricking anybody, ma'am.
Stop pursuing women who live a life that you cannot maintain. So for example, if this woman on an average Saturday, she going out with a homegirl, she going out with herself, and she could afford to drop $300-400 just easy, like that's nothing, that's regular shit. If you cannot afford to do the same thing, baby, that lady is likely not for you.
Are we to assume that you're one of those type of women? Is that what we're to assume? If you got to brag about it on TikTok, you ain't really cut from that cloth. This how old money could tell new money if the Tupac shirt didn't give it away. So let's just hypothetically say she got it. Even if she did come up on a bag, even if she do make $200,000 a year after taxes, they get money and they blow money. Here's the real flex. Is your retirement set? That's my standard. You don't got paper unless your retirement set. Don't brag about G4 jets unless your retirement is set. Don't come online and try to flex unless your retirement is set. So all this, I could drop $400 on this and I could buy fancy gifts for my girlfriends. Okay, if you never made another dollar again, could you live off what you got for the rest of your life? That's paper. Not this shit you talking about. This nigga rich, what you talking about. This hood rich, what you talking about. You don't hear her bragging about no investments though. She bragging about spending money on bullshit. Experiences and brunches and dumbass name brands that cost 10 cents to make, but she paid 10 bands for it so she can flex.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it, dog?
Subscribe now if you like what you heard so far and you want more content from me. It really helps this video and the channel blow up. Thank you. You're not a good person. you're not a good dating option. And regardless of how much you flex, how much you make, if you make that much, it's not gonna make you a good woman to a man. It's not gonna make you a desirable option for a decent man. See, money doesn't have anything to do with the intricacies of making a romantic relationship work. It really doesn't.
Shit.
I mean, I'm not saying money doesn't matter in relationships, it does. But I'm talking about dealing with a motherfucker day in and day out for 50 years. That take a whole different skill set. And money ain't gonna help you in that area. Interpersonal skills, human decency, things like that. Look, stuff that you probably wouldn't know nothing about. But that's why you're gonna just keep distracting us with the reason I'm single and can't make a relationship work with a man is because I haven't came across a motherfucker who could afford this lifestyle. It's not true. You've been dating guys since you're 15, you're at least 35, if not 40. You're a fucking train wreck.
If the clothes she wears, the shoes she wears, the jewelry she wears has a higher price tag on them, and you know that you cannot afford that, baby, this woman is likely not for you. If the car she drives has a 20-gallon tank and she only can use premium gas and she got to fill her tank up twice a week, which is easy $150 to $200 a week, right? If you can't afford to put gas in her tank, baby, just leave her alone.
As a guy that is super successful, just for the sake of conversation, I'm not just reacting to the video. For the sake of conversation, I am reacting to it because I think that this is worthy of a conversation. What happens when somebody like me, who is way above her pay grade, right? And I can afford to go and do anything that I want. I can go and charter a jet for 40, 50,000 one way and then 40, 50,000 the other way and don't even blink an eye. I go to the dealership and I could just cash out on a 150,000 car without even thinking about it. I buy $40,000 watches, $50,000 watches, and I have a whole lot of them.
Please don't brag. Only fools brag. Bragging just shows you can shoot off your big mouth. If you're great, people will know it. You don't have to tell them anything. Just like I don't have to tell you. Understand?
Can you, Anton? All right, I'm not saying he can't. I don't look. He definitely more successful than me, you know. But let's do the math. I'm not gonna look up celebrity net worth because that stuff ain't right. Let's just do a little math. Maybe y'all can help me in the chat. 40,000 there and 40,000 back. So 80K, you know, on a round trip somewhere on a private jet. So drop some predictions down below how much you think a man would need to have to comfortably do that and not break a sweat and not really think twice about it.
4, 5, 6, 50, you said. What? How?
I would need to have 50 million in the bank and be bringing in another 10 mil every year to just, oh yeah, I just threw 80K real quick. I just wanted to stop in Hawaii real quick.
What kind of shit is that?
Honestly, if I had 30 M's in the bank right now, I would get me a nice ass house. That I would do. I mean, not no ridiculous mansion or nothing, but I would get me a private, I'll buy me a shit ton of land. I put a gate around my shit and all that. So that would be set. I'd get me a couple cars, maybe a truck, a coupe. You know, I'd get me some nice shit. But honestly, after that, I'd be done. I mean, I might piece me up a nice little wardrobe, you know, furnish the house. Yeah, maybe I give me a watch or two, you know, a nice watch or two. Um, and that's it. Other than that, I'd be good, man.
Right. Should she step outside of herself and only kick it with a person that has, and I'm just asking a question, we're going to get to the full video. Should she stay out of my way because she not in her tax bracket? Or should I then make myself available to her because that's just what the power dynamics are within relationships? Because it's different, right? It is different that we live in a time where women now are equal to men, right? Women are in a space to where they can choose for themselves. A lot of times they say that they make more money than us now, that they're the biggest homeowners, which of course I know that they are not the most educated. They are the most enrolled, and they are not the most financially stable. They are the most in debt. And if you go through and you look at all of the people that are complaining about student loan garnishments that are coming up on May 5th, that is almost all complaints coming from women, specifically black women. And so when I look at this, and I'm not saying that she's wrong, all right? So let's be very clear. I just want to make a point to ask in this conversation, because I think it's short-sighted to only look at it from one lens. I think that we got to look at it from different lenses. When she runs into one that is way up here, and she thought she was popping way down here because her premium gas and her $300-400 and whatever her brands. And I see women that say that they popping it and they sitting in the stands, but I sit courtside, row one. What's the difference?
Answer me, motherfucker!
Subscribe now if you like what you heard so far and you want more content from me. It really helps this video and the channel blow up. Thank you.
You see where I'm going with this? I'm not saying you don't deserve love. I'm not saying that you don't deserve a good woman. What I'm saying is that that woman is just not likely it. Because you're going to have to take her out of the lifestyle that she's used to because you cannot afford the things or the experiences that she can. And it's not just about the monetary and material things. That's just the root. But let's look at it like this. Shorty want to go on a vacation to Dubai. Shorty want to go on a vacation to friggin' Turks and Caicos. And she want to go get a villa, right? With the butler and the pool right in the room and jacuzzi and everything. Baby, that's a $10,000 trip.
This is just some nigga talking shit. This is just some nigga talking shit. And everybody's caught up in all that shit.
Most people just don't want to deal with them because on average, they just are not good, genuine people to be around. They're good to look at. They're good to work in brothels. They're good to, try to take over a bar. They're good when they're handing you food as they're a waitress or they're on a call center call or something like that. But anything other than that, we really don't want 85% of y'all around. Just leave. It's sad to say, but it's the reality on it.
You get to say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked